So are there actually like cool dark terror secret organisations in school we could join and be cool as well? Or is that, I mean, I don't know how much you know, but yeah, like you said, the Bullingdon Club was an inspiration, but like I think Orion is something a bit more than that, really.
I don't know. That's one of the reasons I wrote the book, because you think, we know about the Bullingdon Club, and in America there's a group called Skull and Bones, which is at Yale, which is, again, a very secret organisation, more secretive than the Bullingdon Club, in that if you Google it, there are very few pictures you can find of it, whereas with the Bullingdon Club there's millions of pictures of drinking in bars and young people carousing. Skull and Bones, not so much with the pictures. There's also a similar groups in the Grand École in France. Pretty much anywhere, which are the big private, posh schools like the Sorbonne, they similarly have secret societies. I had a friend who went to Oxford. I was at a table talking about the book and saying, these secret groups like the Bullingdon Club, are there more of them? And he said, oh my gosh, everybody I knew was in a secret society at Oxford. So
maybe they're not so secret.
Exactly. But we don't know. I didn't go to Oxford. I didn't go to private school. It is secret from us, from normal people, from most people. And so that exclusivity, I would say, I think these groups do exist. They're probably not as hardcore as night school and probably not as much fun. But I think they're real. And what they do, I have no idea. And that's why I wanted to play around with that idea, because that's quite scary.
Yeah, I think it definitely is scary. Like, it's being directly linked to the government, quite a dark side of the government, so...
And we don't know anything about it. Only what they tell us. So
yeah, but you have to run, so if you can't run, don't go to private school. I think that's a knock-on effect.
I honestly think that's true, I really do.
So I'm actually an author myself. I did Nano. My Nano novels online are waiting to be edited.
Oh, fantastic.
I haven't got around to that 60,000 words to edit.
I don't blame you.
But yeah, I put myself... I do this because I like to put myself into every piece of fiction I write. So I've got like my worlds, and I have a character that I model on myself. So you said Rachel was like sort of you, a mirror of you. Is that like, do you write yourself in as an own character? I love doing that. I'm so unashamed.
It's Hitchcockian. You know how Hitchcock was in every one of his films in some fashion. I don't intentionally. In fact, one of the reasons I've been trying to write a novel for a decade before I wrote night school, so pretty much forever. My whole adult life I tried and failed to write novels. I wrote some really bad novels. And they were always about, an American who moves to London and...
What day is this?
Exactly, and they're god-awful. And so there had to be... One of the reasons writing young adult books interested me is because that forcibly takes you out of yourself. Because I'm not a young adult, I'm a grown-up. I have all my years of experience. So I couldn't really write about myself. The only bit of myself I can put in there is like an emotion, a feeling, and a memory of a feeling. But that's it. The rest of it has to be invented. It forced my imagination to work. So I could quit writing autobiographical, pain-filled, miserable novels about me.
But it's so good. It's so good.
Oh, good. I think a lot of people like it. I hated it. I hate self-exploration, thinking about your life. God, awful. I try never to think about myself.
I think that's good. But yeah, no, I just like doing it. I want to be a dwarf in Middle Earth. I live through that. That's all I live for. So yeah, your husband's a filmmaker, I read. And he's also done short video clips for your book. Just trailer. Are you going to bully him to like make the films of the books, or do you have to pay him? So how's this going to work? Because I see this happening.
I would love for that to happen, but you need these days, $100 million to make a film? It turns out we don't have that.
Use your links.
Yes, it's great having a filmmaker in the family, because book trailers are notoriously terrible. Almost all of them are awful. And when I first saw them, when I first got into this business, and thought, book trailers, and there are always clouds passing, and then words zoom out, and the music is horrible, and I just thought, I don't want a book trailer. I don't want a book trailer that's what they look like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very handy because he's a very talented filmmaker. So we actually cast it. We're shooting Monday and Tuesday, the book trailer for book 3.
Yeah.
We've cast an Ally and a Sylvan and a Carter, and they're amazing. And we're going to shoot for one day. We're shooting at night in the woods with flashlights. It's going to be incredible. So it's very handy because he doesn't track
So
me.
you can have a mini version of a film
Exactly.
where you can cast your own characters.
It's so fun. It's the one thing, if it was actually made into a film, I'd have no control, because writers don't.
Yeah.
And they can do anything they want to it. In this case, I have all the control.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So who would you dreamcast if it was actually a film? Like, and if you got control of
Yeah.
of what happened?
Oh, it's so difficult because you need very young actors. And an actor who would be right for it, and say it got made, the process of getting it made takes, say, 2 to 3 years in a dream. So that actor needs to be about 14 now, and I don't know many 14-year-old actors. But in like the general world, let's see, who it's mostly like kids who read the book, who are fantasy casting it in their heads, and they're all, who's the ones that keep coming up? I'm really bad at this. They all want things like, people who are...
I'm bad at this time.
No, I know, I don't know.
I have no idea.
They're all over my website and I can't remember their names. Somebody, Lerman, oh god, I'm hopeless, I don't know. I have to look at my computer. Remember Lerman, he's going to be big. Big. Let's just say I would have the cast of my trailer.
That would that. Quite cool. Did you know them or did you just find them?
No, we found them through casting websites, casting sites. They're all very young, so most of them haven't done film before, most of them just done stage. So that's really exciting for us because they're all 18 years old, 17 years old, and so they get their first experience on film, and we get this amazing trailer.
Yeah.
So,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
As long as they don't mind wearing school uniforms again, which I know must kind of...
Did you make them yourself, or did you just like...
Oh, no.
I've
had badges made, some proper stitched badges, like school badges. And so all we need is, the uniforms I described, luckily, are really basic. So all I have to do is buy a uniform and stitch the badge.
That's really
Presto,
cool.
Samaria Cat.
Yes. Yeah, there are no adults in the...
No, not in the trailers, no. Although I have a friend, the new trailer, which I'm very excited about, the big bad guy in the book is Nathaniel. And he's never appeared in any trailer. And I don't want him to appear because I imagine people kind of have their own view of him.
Yeah, I think that's an important character.
Exactly. And they need to imagine him however. But I have a friend who's an actor who's got an amazing voice. And so for the current trailer, Nathaniel's written Ally in the book, a rather terrifying, chilling letter. And so we're going to have my actor friend, read the letter, and you'll just hear the voice. And I think it's going to be absolutely skin-crawlingly terrifying.
Your actor friend is actually Alan Rickman?
No, he's an actor, he can play Alan Rickman.
Yeah, when is the trailer going to debut?
Well, the book comes out August 15th.
Yeah.
And usually, I'm not sure, because I often don't have control. There's usually somebody saying, the trailer has to come out on X day, but I think it'll probably be the first week of August. Around there.
That's cool. And what website?
It'll be YouTube, and it'll be on
YouTube.
A magazine will probably host it, but it'll be on YouTube too. It'll all be linked together in a magic internet way.
How long are they? Are they only a few minutes?
Trailers, usually a minute.
Yeah.
The shorter the better. My favourite book trailer of all time, which is not for my book, is 30 seconds long. It is absolutely terrifying. It's for a book called This Is Not a Test, which is a teen zombie thriller, which I cannot recommend highly enough, by this amazing, very young author named Courtney Summers, who would drive you crazy because she's about 24 and she's already written 5 books. She's Canadian and amazing. I know. But
I might as well give up.
I thought much the same, but I read all her books. I'm addicted. But the book trailer for her book, for that zombie book, it's all sound. Most of it is just a black screen, and it will chill your blood.
I'm going to watch it.
Look it up. It's brilliant.
I'll be around people.